Hi guys, it's your favorite tutor in the building, first class tutor. Welcome to class, and today we are simplifying mermaid dress. Everything mermaid dress. Yes, let's get to work. So you need this basic measurements for your mermaid dress. You need your waist circumference, your hip circumference, your waist to hip, and your waist to knee. Then your skirt length. If it's a dress, you need your dress length. So you take your total dress length and you subtract your half length from it, and you're fine. Yeah, one important thing is that when you're measuring, you need extra length because your skirt needs to be extra long, just like the pictures I showed you. So when you're wearing heels, it doesn't look like a 3/4 something, you know. You want a full dress, right? So measure full. So to get started, I'll be using this measurement. Like I said, I formed it, so it's not an actual measurement, so use your exact measurement. Okay, so now I'll take note of my skirt length first. So I had the extra to it, so I can be sure that the length is exactly what I want. Okay, so check your length first. Then this will be my center front, and it's going to be on fold. I'm not folding the paper, it's a paper, so I'm assuming it's folded. Do you understand? Okay, let me just write it so that I don't get to confuse you. So center front on fold, make sure you fold that part of your fabric. Then measure your waist to hip point, the start of your waist to your hip point, the fullest part of your hip, that point exactly. Then your waist to knee point, okay, from your waist to your knee, so that you want the shape to come out exactly like what is in the picture. Then you mark them out. Please, when you're taking your knee point, make sure you come above your knee point. Don't use exactly your knee point, so that you have a beautiful fitting and so that it will be easy to work with. Okay, so it's not too tight. So come above your knee. Don't use exactly your knee when you're measuring your waist to your knee, right? So the next thing you want to do is that you want to divide your circumferences into 4. So whatever your waist is, whatever your hip is, you divide into 4, just exactly like I am doing here. But on your waist, remember you're going to have a dart, so you need to add 1 inch extra for your dart on that part. Okay, so for the hip, you're dividing by 4. The dart is not going to get to the hip, so you won't be adding any dart allowance or whatever. So you connect that, but something important is going to happen right now. On your knee point, you're not making a straight skirt or a shapeless skirt, so you want to shape it on the knee point. So you subtract 4 from whatever your hip circumference is. Okay, so you subtract 4, 1 2 3 4, whatever your hip circumference is. Okay, so you come in, like now I'm using 4, so I'm coming in by 1 inch. This is simple, right? So you come in by 1 inch so that you can have that curve. If you want it tighter, more curvy, you can use more than 4. 4 is like the standard, but it doesn't have to be 4. It could be more, it could be less on the knee point. Please take note so that you have that curve. So I'm connecting from the waist to the hip and to the knee. Please don't forget your dart point. That is very important, okay, so that the fit will be on the waistline. If there is no dart on a fitted dress like this, it might not give you exactly what you want. So by the time I sew in my dart on my waistline, you could see that that is going to be exactly the measurement needed, right? So from the knee point, I'm going to come out to the hem of the dress. Hope I'm not rushing you guys. It's a quick tutorial, but I really want you to grab this. From that knee point, I am coming to the hem of the dress. This does not have a particular measurement. It depends on your abundance of fabric and how you want it to be. You know, it depends on if you're a slay mama, if you want to look extravagant, whatever your preference is. So you come out accordingly. Remember that your fabric must be in abundance before you do so because the side seam of the front is going to be the same at the back, and also you are still going to cut the back, so you don't want to finish the fabric for the front and go back to you do not have to go and get the remaining fabric, right? So on the waistline, I'm going to shape the waistline. You don't leave your skirt waist straight, right? So but before that, let me just finish up with the dart. Okay, so I'll be making use of 5 inches length for the dart length for the front, and also I left 1 inch for the dart allowance, and I'll be transferring it half inch on both sides and then connect it just exactly like this. And that is that for the dart. That. If you have any challenge with basic skirts, you can just go to my YouTube channel at Tailorshub by Tolexafrik. I have so many detailed tutorials there actually. So on my waistline, I'm going to do something very fast. So I don't want my waistline straight to avoid bulge. So I came in at the center front point by half inch and I connected to the waistline. That's easy. Just make it curvy like you're seeing it so that you don't have a bulge on your waistline. I usually did this for half length skirts, block, and skirts generally. Yeah. So the next thing right now is to cross check your skirt length, and also make sure you have that extra length because you're making the side seam curvy. You don't want it straight, so you come in by 1.5 inch or 1 inch on the side seam. You don't want it angular, you want this flowing skirt, so just make sure that you have extra inches while drafting. So for the back, it's quite simple. We're almost done. All you need to do is that you place the front on the remaining fabric. Please make sure you have more fabric for the back than the front, okay? Especially if you're making train. If you're not making train, you can still manage your fabric, but if your skirt is going to have train, trust me, you need extra fabric. So for the side seam, everything is the same, and also you transfer your darts, you transfer your lines because you'll still be needing them for the train. Sorry. So you transfer it, the waist, the dart, the hip, just exactly like what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing I want to do right now is that I want to create the zipper allowance. Please don't forget. Remember, while I was drafting, I didn't have sewing allowance. Please put your allowance, so according to whatever you use, please put your allowances. So for the zipper line, I added extra for my zipper allowance because the zip is going to be at the back, and where you see me marking right now is the center back. It is 2-piece, which means that my fabric was actually folded into 2. Okay, please don't forget to do all this things. Take note of all these things. So that's my zipper allowance, and from there I'm connecting the side seam. I told you the side seam for the front and the back is the same. Side seam are usually the same for front and back because they are eventually coming together. Okay, so for the back, we're going to do something very important right now. From that knee point, that is why we marked out, we extended the knee line to the back. So from that point, like I said when we were making the mermaid for the side seam, I said that your abundance of fabric is very important at this point in time. So if you are no drama person, just come straight down and you're fine. But if you want to add train to it, from that knee point, you're coming out. Just bring your hand out. There is no particular measurement to it. Like I said, you need extra length for the back, and still you're coming out on the knee point. Okay, that is what will give you the train you see at the back. For the length, please make sure you have minimum of 5 inches for the length. It shouldn't be the same with the front. That is why you have it resting on the floor. So we could use as much as 20 inches, 30 inches extra length, okay, so that it will be on the floor. That is why you have someone that has taken 2 steps forward, but the train is still where they were. I don't know if that makes sense. You getting it right? So you're coming out at the according to what you have. That's your zipper line. That's where your zip is going to be, and that's your knee point. Then you come out. So the more you come out, the longer your train is going to be. And if you want it very tight, just shape it like I did. Just come in again with another 1 inch, then you shape it out. Do you understand? So that's what will give your knee the tight fit that make your bum come out. Hey, it's gonna be again something. So that makes your bum come out, and you have your train flowing. You can see how it is on the floor. Exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah. Enough of the phonetics, I beg. So let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, just holler at your girl. Let me know. See you. Bye.